Hi, welcome into my channel. This channel is against the Big Bang. But in this video, I will comment a YouTube channel closer to truth. Like this question, why is something rather than nothing? This question.
Stephen, the questions, does God exist? What is consciousness? Do we have free wills, life after death? All of those to me are meaningless compared to the really big question, why is there anything at all? Why is there something rather than nothing?
So this is the way I make my videos. Like I'm saying, like a tea science, coffee science, but here I have like a cherry compote. Okay, so why you see I recommend this channel. You are allowed to take from a YouTube channel. There is a button you interdict to take, like somebody to take on. Okay, so but I don't intend to make money from this, so I am allowed to, like, you cut and you are allowed to comment, and there are some channel that make jokes, like, and they so I've told you this, but I recommend even the channel, like a publicity. It is like on Big Bang. This is the question, the stuff, and a result of the Big Bang. The second question inevitable is this: why is something rather than nothing? Okay, so I recommend his channel. This is the his channel constitution. But if I discover the Big Bang is false, so that's why I am like the same order of discussion. Okay, so I let you hear again the question.
Stephen, the questions, does God exist? What is consciousness? Do we have free wills, life after death? All of those to me are meaningless compared to the really big question, why is there anything at all? Why is there something rather than nothing?
Okay, so you saw that I wrote what is the name of the video. You can search it to find it. I discovered that the fusion is false, the quarks are false, the Big Bang is false, the physics is false, because you cannot have two equations for a mechanical movement. Leibniz kinetic energy 1.5 is not equal to this. So this tells you that the science is wrong. Einstein is wrong physics. Kinetic energy of a light waves calculated wrongly. Okay, nobody understands this. Gravity, I discovered that they do not know that, because it is a mechanical work done by a force over space, and the orbits were calculated mathematically around the Earth, like with angles. So on short, this is the fusion is false. They say that it's fusion. So this is what I discovered. The quantum mechanics is false. So I bring to the ground all the current science. The Earth is based on inventions. But exactly like this Closer to Truth channel, when you investigate the apparition, why is rather something than nothing. So if you do not have an physical explanation, you must answer in another way, like in a philosophical manner. So in this video, he brought a philosopher, and this is the way how it answers, like this.
Well, I agree. I think it's one of the most fascinating philosophical questions. It's always bothered me. I mean, I remember as a child being bothered by this question. As I've matured and studied philosophy, I've become more and more sympathetic to the view that the question doesn't need an answer. Very often when we're asked a question, we know that an answer is required, but in this case, it looks as if an answer is required, but it might be true that you don't need an answer because actually there's something wrong with the question. We need some therapy so that we understand that the question we're asking actually doesn't really make sense. And I have more and more sympathy for that view.
So this is only the first part, or this is on this video. I'll make more of them, and I have an entire list. he has in his channel like 10, 20 videos on this subject, where is something rather than nothing. And I have already have 2 videos on this also. Maybe I will take another video and I will comment. But now if you saw that he says like maybe you do not are allowed to put a question, like I don't and he will finish with this style, in this style, that like saying nothing, being a philosopher even, okay? But it seems to you that is not an important question maybe, and I make this that because I want to make some culture, because the Big Bang is false, and if you watch my channel you understand how our galaxy looks and how it was created. But he says like in description, like this is the more important question than for him than the consciousness of God, okay? And I've told you this philosopher says that somehow you cannot answer. It is hard for him to tackle this question. But so he has another guy speaks, like he wrote a book. I even thought about this and I wrote something, okay? And so because it's important how matter appears. If the science does not tells you how atoms appear, they are only trick you. So it is important, okay? So you saw that the answer is like, well, we do not care, we don't like this. So that's why I will answer, okay? You'll see that it is important. So he says that the God and consciousness and problems like this are not important than the nothing for him. He says that he dreamed someday when he was a child, and he's like if you see, this is maybe a cultural channel. If you do not understand, okay, I present you some advanced culture. But now let me tell you, this is how it is wrong. If a God is like a totality, like a name of a totality, if you deny God and consciousness, you cannot investigate this nothing. The nothing is like a negation of a totality, at least. So you must have a totality to negate it somehow, or an object. I've told you Immanuel Kant has 4 definitions. 2 of them are logical. Like I have this compote of cherry compote and I drink it, there is not anymore, like a negation in a basis of existence. So you must have some kind of an existence, and there was, here is not here, okay? But there are another definition of Immanuel Kant, like a concept without object. So you see that this philosopher that is presenting it is not answering. He says that maybe we do not put, maybe we'll be prepared from, so I answer, okay? So Immanuel Kant, because it's hard, you see, there are 2 waves, or existence wave from Parmenides. This was, you can think about existence, or non-existence is unthinkable. So there's 2 ways of Parmenides, the philosopher. This is the existence way, and that it is not to think about. Even though in the old times they say that the God made from non-existence, so you must understand how somehow, if he makes not from his being from non-existence. So somehow you can think about non-existence, even though the Parmenides says that he cannot. So this philosopher maybe was prepared or something. This is a rich subject indeed, and you have things to say. So Immanuel Kant defined nothing, like you have a concept, but you do not have a corresponding object, like in exterior. Like the concept is the nothing indeed, but there is no substance or something to correspond. But in this manner, nonetheless, the nothing is a word. It is a word of existence, from a basis of existence. So if you have an unmaterial word like word, So mental, when you have the categories of Immanuel Kant, like one, multiple, like the substance, relation, and if you know, it has 12 categories. It is in that base, in the ideological mind world. This word is something, okay? So it becomes something operational, logical operations, or so you see it. You can think about it. And another definition, so concept without a corresponding object, but it is an object, a mental object. So it is something somehow. So you can conceive the nothing way. So it is a negation of a totality. So like if God is a totality. So now the second definition is there is an object, but you cannot have a concept. So in this manner, you do not have any tangent to it. There is an object, but in this manner, there was a philosopher that discussed this argument, ontological argument comes from here. If you know, like they say, the parallel universes. If you understand this video, you'll understand that it is maybe a training for these physicists, that they are believing that they are the current day prophets, and they do not know physics. The physics is wrong. All the world is based on invention. Okay, so it is like, let me train them. Not they will find out that that you can be profound. So not to speak like them without telling anything. Quartz made a soup. Okay, so in this manner, the second definition, that you have an external object. There is something, but you cannot conceptualize it. It is nothing for you. Why the ontological argument come from here? If you have the two worlds, like two universes, like even though there will be like a totality, like even though they will be like a totality, two universes, if they will not touch, they do not exist one for another. So in this manner, a totality of a universe becomes nothing for a totality of another universe, if there is no connection, like causal connection between the universes. So in this manner, you can have, even though to be the both of them to be co-substantial, like, and to be nothing one from another, because it's like exactly like in parallel manner. They do not touch. They are nothing one from another. There is no bridge on a connection between these two universes. Even though they are two totalities, they do not have any connection. Even though they are two totalities and made from the same substance, they become nothing one for another. Okay, so you see, is rich. This subject is very rich. I will make many videos. I like this subject, even, and it is a trend in philosophy. This was tried even by René Descartes in another manner, by doubting any external existence. He reached the doubt. You cannot doubt the doubt, you see. So it was like a basis. This doubt, what it is a thought process. So this doubt entails the thought process. This is the dubito ergo cogito. I doubt anything, but this doubt is something in internal. So closer to nothing, the more closer than the external existence, this thought process, okay, it is exactly in this manner. So this Leibniz invented, why is something rather than nothing, okay? But you can pull this on God. So this question, you can go over the God with it. You see, you can say, because you do not, because in this society, nobody thinks about God, okay? So you do not have these roots of thought. So if you take God, let's say, if you know what pantheism is, it means God is everywhere, and the matter itself and beyond the matter. This is the pantheism, and maybe it is a Christian correct view even. Spinoza was a pantheist, okay? But now if you take like this ensemble, God with matter, together, why is something rather than nothing is the same? Because now it becomes like a psychological, like a fear of annihilation. Why this rock will disappear in nothingness? This procedure that they invented, like with antimatter, that you put matter, antimatter, they disappear. Where? Like Saint Paul in the Bible says, we did not brought something in this world, we cannot take something from it, like to annihilate it. So now the question is, why is rather something than nothing? You see, it treats even a totality that's beyond this universe, like God. You see, why God should exist. The question is not, you see, two questions. If God exists, or why God exists. You believe there exists, but you ask yourself why exists, why it is rather something than nothing. You see, even this rock will be afraid to exist. You introduce some psychological annihilation in this. You see what Rich is the subject, okay? So you can improve on Kant to say that matter without matter, or concept without a concept. I let you hear another time his question. It's very important, like a mantra, it's important. See like the question again.
Stephen, the questions, does God exist? What is consciousness? Do we have free wills, life after death? All of those to me are meaningless compared to the really big question, why is there anything at all? Why is there something rather than nothing?
So after you heard that question, so I am allowed to comment, okay? I don't use this for money. So, but maybe somebody will come into my channel. I'm saying like our galaxy is a sphere, if you know, and it is surrounded by clouds, and we cannot see the universe. So the Big Bang is false, and we can reach the stars. They are close. We can go there. Okay, we do not know what is beyond. So you see, it's very important. This investigation are very important. This kind of thinking is very important. So now why is it like afraid this matter to exist? Can it be annihilated? You cannot destroy. There is even a law in this stupid physics. You do not believe that the world is based on inventions. Okay, energy cannot be created or annihilated, even though the kinetic energy and electricity are two different things. Okay. So why this rock should have like a psychological afraid exist or something? This why is something rather than nothing. So the God exists, why it should be afraid, or should be something like to annihilate God itself, himself. So you understand, but now if you understand that this is like a fear of annihilation, this time like a fear of disappearance, the disappearance kind of nothing, like this is like death. Okay, so you reach again like a Parmenidean way, existence and non-existence. You cannot think about only your existence, and you understand that if you have like God, like a totality, you can understand that the world itself can be made through through negation of a totality, like this is God. So now you reach like from close to close to understand that you can think beyond the world, and this is the way, exactly this nothing, because this is the how appeared, how something, and you will understand now. If you have a totality, it means like it is not missing anything. This is a totality, everything. You cannot have two everythings. There's one everything. This is the ontological argument. like there is a single God because it presupposes perfection, and this is exactly the ontological argument. I did not invent it. It's in philosophy. Okay, so now if you deny the entire totality, you have nothing. So, but this nothing composed, like I've told you, like this word, Kantian word, like a concept without an object. So the concept is even to an annihilation of its own thoughts, like God. So in this manner, like you're thinking about bits 1 and 0, this becomes a bit of creation, this annihilation of a totality. This argument was constructed like for existence, to prove that God exists. An ontological argument, there is a perfection, a totality, so it must be a perfection. You cannot think but I'm telling you another thing. If it is not even clear for me if the view of the Christian view, the God created from nothing. There's like in Saint Paul says that he brings in existence like appear to be like they are not, like an illusion, like so. Okay, so and like in Maccabee book it says that it broke from nothing somehow, but I did not find like exactly the only from upward. And so because in the Bible says the word was of origin, through the word was made. Okay, so but they say that the word was at the God, and God was the word, and through word was made everything. So you cannot understand that the world was made through nothing. But if it is like only God, perfection and totality, you can understand, like, so you see what profound is this. If you understand, maybe I'll make many videos, but if you understand that it is for cultural purposes, because they falimentated everything. These physics guys give themselves, like they profess themselves like prophets, current day prophets. You do not understand, they lie. The Big Bang is not true. We can see only our galaxy, and they say fusion, like they do not know that a mass do not produce mechanical work. Mechanical work means force over space. So why the planets move? The mass even have a gravity, will not, you understand, to produce a mechanical work. They say this attraction. They say they do not understand that Newton did not calculate this. This Kepler calculated from. So that's why my heart is like burning for these matters, because they, through this procedure, they interdict to think about these things. And you do not understand the physics is wrong, because there are two equations for mechanical movement. One naming the mechanical movement with energy, and one force, the same thing, made in the same by Leibniz and Newton. Leibniz that invented this, why is something rather than nothing. You cannot have the atoms through fusion, through quarks do not exist, quantum mechanics, and so you reach this question. So now, see another time, like the question put by Dante is very important. Okay, so listen.
Stephen, the questions, does God exist? What is consciousness? Do we have free wills, life after death? All of those to me are meaningless compared to the really big question, why is there anything at all? Why is there something rather than nothing?
So, and now I let you hear the first answer. This is like 7 minutes video, but I will comment the entire length, but this is my first video. So listen another time, maybe I put the answer of this guy, you see.
Okay,
I have
well,
to say.
it certainly seems to make sense to me. I had the same experience as a child. The problem is I've never grown out of it. It has never stopped haunting me.
Okay.
Because
Well, I'll see if I can apply some therapy.
Well, I need it.
Okay, right. Well, let's. I mean, sometimes when we ask, but let me ask you some questions. So, I know what's north of Edinburgh, and I know what's north of Iceland. But can you tell me what's north of the North Pole?
Yeah, it's just the way you define North Pole that you can't have anything.
Yeah, and
north
if I
of
were
that.
to say, well, look, it's 1 o'clock in London, it's 8 a.m. in New York, but what time is it on the sun? Again, it's a kind of, these are the kind of questions which baffle us for a moment. They throw us, they pull the rug out from under us. And the thing about these questions is that they're confused questions, and we can see actually quite quickly that they are confused questions. If we're going to talk about time relative to sort of terrestrial coordinates, and then suddenly you take a step out from the terrestrial coordinates and continue to apply the concept doesn't really work anymore. And it may be that the same is true of the concept nothing. I mean, if you were to say, well, why is there nothing in your cup, Stephen? Or something in your cup rather than nothing. I could certainly provide you with an explanation. If you were to say, what are you thinking about at the moment? I might say, well, nothing particularly. That just means that at this particular moment in time, there's nothing.
I could follow that.
So these words have their home within this kind of spatio-temporal setting. And what we're doing is we're attempting to stand outside of that spatio-temporal setting in a place where there is no time and no space, and say, and now there's nothing at all. We're not just removing the substance that was in the cup.
Right.
We're not just we're removing space. We're removing time itself. We're considering the possibility that there might be absolutely nothing.
No laws of physics, nothing.
Nothing
forever.
with a capital N, if you like. And the question is, actually, do we really have a grasp of that concept? Because we're moving from talk about nothing in one context and then stepping outside and supposing that we still have a grip on it, but do we really?
So he says that he is a philosopher. I cannot tackle this. So maybe you do not answer. You saw maybe from this video only how rich is the subject. Okay, so you understand how they are tricking you to go in the Big Bang and things like this. You understand that each atom has like a Lego time, and each one must be entailed a separate like. So you see, when you appeared from where appeared from nothing, you do not have like a procession, like a mathematical trick from 0.01, 0.0 to 0.234 until you reach. This is like a continuum process made possible by mathematics. But if you understand the time is like a Lego piece, is like if you put sugar in this, always the time is in the sugar is dissolving process, the same time of dissolving process. If you put salt, the same time per volume, so the time is like a Lego piece. So in the atom, if you want. So when the atom appeared at once with this Lego piece of time. So in this matter you understand that the Big Bang could not be. That's why I falsifying like with that quark soup and stuff like this. And let me tell you that they are not logical. If the nothing is a concept, it is only one. You can have two nothing, three nothings, four nothings. Only when you deny like an existence, like I do not have in this cup something, I drink it. I do not have Coke or cola or so, you understand. So what I'm drinking, so you deny the content in all this cup. Okay, but at this existence, but when you try to deny the entire universe, you cannot have three ways of denying the universe. Only one. There is no universe there. Okay, so in this manner there's nothing. So there's nothing. There's the universe. It is like a totality. So but they have three nothings. You do not understand why. One is the beginning of the universe created. One is in actual day they say that it spans. So listen this trick. They say that the matter was produced at the Big Bang, all of it. And in a current day only space is produced from nothing, because the matter is not produced anymore. So you do not pull, even in this way quantum fluctuation was invented. Tricks for children, you don't understand. So there's two nothings. One at before the Big Bang, one in current J producing only pure space, void, extended space, mathematical space produces, like this and bigger one between the galaxies. And there's another nothing that surrounds that surrounds the universe, expands in nothing. So you have three nothings. Big Bang nothing, like the expansion that produces only pure space from nothing, and another nothing that surrounds the totality, that's the universe. So this is not nothing. With if you have three relation, ontological relation, there's something. So that's why the question is more important that he puts. He says this is more important for him than consciousness and God. But if you deny, you understand, if you deny everything, you cannot investigate. So in this manner you can say a little bit about nothing. So what I'm thinking, I wrote a book like this. So you see, maybe from internet there's no place for this kind of profound things. There are some philosophical channels, they exist, okay? But my channel is only about the Big Bang. But I was sick and tired I don't have a patience to tell the people like the Big Bang is false. We see only a spherical galaxy, it's not a spiral. They're tricking you. We can go to the stars, we can reach the planets, we can colonize the moon now. They make 1 million people on the moon, you see. So this is quantum fluctuation. Now they appear from. So you see my previous video. If you so let me watch this video too, and because I will make an entire list, so you can see, you can say many things about nothing. So trying to understand nothing only like a substance matter, you do not understand like the Descartesian process, thought process, mind process. It is another substance. He says res extensa as res cogitans. Res cogitans is like a cogitant work, like an object that cogits, the cogito. Okay, so there's two substances, but you have this. They forget all these things. They forgot all these things. That's why they invented, like, you see, the cogito is a resultant from empiric apparition. Like, this was the positivist one. Like, there are some abstraction from so the thought process is like chemical stuff, as you do not need to have this substance. Okay, but they do not understand this in a profound manner, that you cannot reduce the thought of the matter. And I've told you the thought is bigger than the matter itself. This is I believe through thought was produced. It's bigger than the matter itself. So this dichotomy, it means, okay, you have two annihilations, like a thought annihilation, and when you treat only the matter, you do not think this old investigation they treated this dichotomy. Okay, so now you have these atoms. You do not believe that you are thinking only like in a material manner, hydrogen, helium, lithium. This was like killing your mind. This killed everything on this planet, and they reached this Big Bang. That's false. So these hydrogen, helium, lithium atoms. Atom mean undivisible by Democritus, and then divided and say that they did not divide it. But they are lying, okay? The hydrogen bomb makes some other thing. And I explain to you the hydrogen bomb if you want. So, or the hydrogen bomb or the uranium bomb if you want. It does not make fusion. They are lying, okay? fission and fusion, they are false. Okay, so because this is the thing, you cannot destroy atoms and you cannot create them. You cannot create them and you cannot destroy the atoms. So that's why we're named atoms, indivisible, and there you can take like to electrolyze them, to make a positive, negative, but you cannot destroy them. But in the same manner, they exist the atoms of thought, like this Kant unity. It is like undestroyable. You cannot think without this unity. This glass of juice made by me from cherry, made by me, like compote. Okay, so it is one. It is one. This is one. This is one. The universe is one. The totality is one. Everything is one. This is from Plato. Atom of thought, like this hydrogen. Atom of thought. You cannot think without to put an object in a unity. So it must be like a perfect unity. It is an atom of thought. You cannot destroy this, or a totality, or there are atom of thought. And they say that in logic. And they say that in logic, atoms of thought, like Kant, the negation, you cannot destroy the negation, okay? And it is not a derivable function from matter. You cannot take the negation from matter. This was Kant was saying, that this is an a priori package of concept, like atoms of thought, and you have to have this like in a transcendental manner, and the space-time like aesthetic transcendent space-time, to put this concept to understand the world. So there are concepts of relation, quality, quantity, like a number has a quantity, it is a unity, and Platon also. Here, there, from here, these are concepts, okay? And this even were category as Platon, Kant do not, but they are like atoms. And this was what trying to you distill this right from empiricity and things like this. Okay, so that's why they destroyed everything, this society, everything with this stupid, and you do not understand, they put nothing in instead. So I discovered Big Bang is false, but let me tell you exactly these things will be important when you will find out for sure that our galaxy is a sphere. And the galaxies are simply stars put in cloud. Our galaxy was ignited at once with an energy. And you understand that I speak like in a logical manner. I know I study philosophy, okay? But it's not like to prove. It seems to me like these things are important, okay? So this channel I took because Closer to True, this guy is like a deer for me, because I don't know how to say, like I like him, okay? Because and this is the constitution of his channel. He says I have many guys on like physics, these prophets, actual day prophets, they're lying everything. They do not know what time is, space is. They're speaking that quantum mechanics is false physics. Everything was invention. They're speaking like, and I cannot support them anymore, okay? So I thought let it be in my channel. This, it is not, I did not copy this. I knew the subject, and it is exactly how matter is, how appear. It is sustained. Why does not disappear? It is eternal. It is you see another part when he put the question. So let me put all the video, like 7 minutes on this.
I think that's a legitimate point, and Kant talked about that you can ask questions about why questions, things in the universe, but the whole universe as a whole escapes that kind of a possibility. But we certainly can conceive of the question, and the issue is whether it's legitimate or not. And it just, in my heart, it just cries out because I can imagine it. I mean, I would assume that what you're saying is that there has to be something that's self-existing. Is that a natural consequence of saying that the question makes no sense?
I'm not quite sure about that. I mean, what I'm suggesting is that the question itself should be rejected.
Well, let's start with simplicity. There are some things. There are some things, right?
Yeah,
we agree on that.
Yeah.
And
Here's
there are,
one. Okay,
this is here,
right.
and there are composite things, and then you can go down to
Yeah.
smaller, and ultimately, whatever that is, there's some
Yeah.
fundamental things, right? And there may or may not be God, there may or may not be this or that physical
Yeah.
law. So the question is, how many of those things could you eat? You could eliminate this table.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is there, once you start what things cannot you eliminate? Because then if the question is meaningless, that you have to be saying that some things, whether it's God or whether it's particles or laws of physics, are self-existing.
Well, you have to say that, I mean, it's true that we can start with the universe and then we can start subtracting things, can't we? So let's take the table away, and then let's take the floor away, and so on. And so we start removing things from the stage, but the stage is the spatio-temporal universe.
You have to remove that too.
And of course, now the question is, well, can we actually make sense of the thought of the stage itself being removed? And it's not so clear that we can. And you find that when people often say, well, what was before the Big Bang? What caused the Big Bang? As if they have a grip on the idea that there was a before the Big Bang. But of course, that's precisely what's being denied. We're suggesting there was no before. And if there was no before, then the question, what was before the Big Bang, makes no sense. It doesn't require an answer.
So now, if you watch that question, this is if you go to the nothingness. Okay, nothingness cannot have a relation with an existence because because you do not need to presuppose nothingness that if he has a relation with something. So the nothingness could not create. So. But now if you do not treat God, so from God appeared the matter in existence, there is a problem. If there's a problem, you have this matter, okay, there it is, the totality of the universe. There could be another one, but if it is not related to this one, to be in some tangential manner, like if you understand, they do not exist one for another. Even there are two universes, like parallel, or how do you say? And if you go from one to one towards another, so if there is a relation, so do not two, there is a single one, because there's a relation between them. Okay. So, but now in this manner, if you understand that the laws are finite and the atoms really exist, hydrogen, but if you have this from eternity, you see, this process of the Big Bang is lies in many ways to interdict anything. They may sue from these atoms. Do not understand that laws are indestructible. So somehow, why this finite matter? This is a profound question. Why is the finite matter from eternity? In another to tell you to understand, let's say that the universe is 1 kilogram, like this. Weighs only 1 kilogram from eternity. So this process is that they supposize it, like to trick you, like to take your eyes from these kinds of questions. Okay, you make soup from this, you put it at 13.7 billion years, and somehow you hope that let's hope that it will be calculated from quarks. Do not exist. So, but the soups. Words like this thermodynamics of Frisch thermodynamics is false. You have to have two pieces, one to be cold and one to be okay. So you supposize it, even though you cannot, only to make it like a dust, like a fine dust. But rather more than this, you cannot do this to this rock. This is antimatter, all this stuff. Okay. So, but now, if you do not have a single temporal, that's why the relativity of time, all these atoms have time. And a Lego piece, you cannot bring them to the only one region. This is a spatial trick to collapse in the 0 point spatial point, but nothing collapses space. That's why black holes are false. They do not exist. They film nothing. Okay, so gravity, it's a circular force. It's not a collapsing force. Okay, so that's why they are tricking you. Do not understand this. If we have only one spherical galaxy and we cannot go beyond, we can go beyond, but some guys try to stop us. Okay, some real stuff. So if you have only this matter like this, let's say our galaxy is spherical, that galaxies are stars put in clouds. In an actual current day, you can reach there at the galaxies. So if you have only this rock or only this totality, how appeared? How did it appear? You see, because you have this problem. Why do not appear 2 or 3? And when it appear, why appear finite? Like, but it is eternal. Like, you cannot destroy these laws. Not the energy. Energy is a moving thing, like electricity. Energy is a kinetic energy, like Leibnizian kinetic energy. So of impact, like force, the same thing. They made the same time, even the mathematical. So now this rock does not have electricity. You are tricked with that MC square, Einstein's false physics. So this rock does not have electricity in it. You can pour electricity, semiconductor or conductor, real conductor, but does not have electricity. That's your trick. But you can produce energy if you put it on this and you spin it, you produce energy. You can electricity. That's where you are tricked. So you can, when you fall, if you spin like a turbine, when you fall, you can produce electricity. Okay, so you can produce it, but does not have like in a square manner. But you can, if you throw it, if you spin it, you can produce, but does not have electricity in it. So this is the problem. Then why from nothing came? What from nothing came? You see that they are fighting even with God, this God concept, because then if you understand this psychological manner again, if the matter exists with finite laws, why are finite from eternity? You see, you cannot destroy the time of hydrogen. You cannot destroy it. Always when you have carbon, you have this. And why hydrogen has a combination with carbon, oxygen? If the hydrogen and the carbon appears after 400 million years, why? Why? You understand? So why it make connection with oxygen if the oxygen appeared after this soup was, you see? So why has this relation? Why with silver? Why you can make with oxygen, iron oxides and things like this? They are interconnected, okay? But the relation are finite. So why is the finite relation in the matter, but from eternity? You see, so that's why you cannot approach nothingness. They supposize this. These are tricks. But I'm telling you who wants to put this over you. There's some the universe exists. Then maybe we can go in the universe, but we are in this galaxy. It seems to be like a Dyson sphere. This galaxy is surrounded like a conceptual Dyson sphere around the sun. This is exactly like a Dyson sphere and has clouds, and in the clouds there are galaxies. They're not gravitational systems. Nothing orbits. The mass does produce gravity. So you see. So you see, this is a big video. Maybe nobody will watch it, but you see that I am coherent, and I'm telling you that's why is the fight for you to not go there. They approach it. They are not approaching. They are going, but they are reaching. But they are. You understand? All these stuff are tricks. And this is the real fight, because why do you have a final matter for eternity? Why? if you find out the laws of physics in correct manner, you understand they're not producing from quarks and does not exist, subatomic particles, and the atomic physics is false. The more finer than the light, you do not have, the finer is subatomic light, and we can see it. You can see light, okay? It's a finer object that it has energy and maybe mass in it, okay? Maybe not. It moves without mass. Okay, so you see why exists a finer matter with finer combination from eternity. You see, this is shocking. So because we do not know how this appeared, okay? The matter was not producing the stars. The stars are cold. Okay, so that's why I brought you from the zero. There's a psychological manner to fight with you, and you do not have a stronghold of all this implication, and you are beaten exactly like this guy with his sesame, okay, says in this video, has 10, 20 on this, why is something rather than nothing, okay, in his channel. This implying the fact that you cannot go further than this, because you must obtain all of this knowledge to make like in a step manner logic to, okay, if you are bit and you are going the same justification, weak justification, like you see the answer does not, we do not, and his philosophy. Oh, okay, I study philosophy, but I told you I discovered Big Bang is false. So this is the way I make my videos. If you understand, it's my fight to put this for everybody on the entire planet. We can go to the stars, we can go to the galaxies. The galaxies are beyond the Pluto planet. You go maximum 50 years with a Elon Musk rocket, and you reach the galaxies. The galaxies are clouds, like clouds full with pieces, and the stars are not burning. Giordano Bruno invented this. You see, nobody knows this. They are electroshocked, and there are many waves. They are made from gases, from metals, from alloys, from crystals. They are unimaginable. They are not made from gases. Laplace invented it. So this is my fight, you understand? I study philosophy and even physics, and philosophy of physics, and philosophy of science, and even physics, but only one semester, okay? And in that semester, I find out that if you do not know this, you are stupid, okay? That it's a vector. The professor tell me in that semester when I go to the physics, I did not finish, okay? I am only one semester, I'm from Europe, from Romania. Okay, my name is the channel. But in that I find out that there is a vector that it moves in the circle, you can stop it. And you know where it stops. If you know the velocity and the circle is 1 unit at the trigonometric unit, 1. And it moved, and this is gravity, my friends. And Galileo said that it is not depending on mass. Fact that was proved on the moon, a hammer and a feather fell in the same time. So what Galileo say. But if you do not understand this, they are tricking you. Coagulation, attraction, and things like this, okay? And this is what is my fight, because we can go maybe beyond this sphere. It's like in sci-fi movies, you saw, there's an episode from Star Trek that there's a planet where is Voyager, I guess. I saw them all, okay? So you see, but you do not take science from, you see, I like even this stuff, but you do not take science from sci-fi movies. There is a planet there where is, the time is like fastened. Where one day on the Voyager spaceship, on orbit, it was like 100 years, if you know the episode. So in this manner, they are trying to keep us here, if you understand, maybe now like some crazy stuff, but it is true. We can go at the border of our galaxy. I do not think that we can traverse this, because the clouds are fake clouds, 26 billion kilometers. Imagine this, okay? There's 100, half of this is in mile, okay? If you understand. So full of clouds, hydrogen, oxygen mainly, and many gases and carbon gases and many liquid gases because colder. The stars do not burn, okay? So maybe we can go beyond this. There is a real fight here if you do not understand. But if you understood this video, you understand that I know even the old philosopher, I study philosophy, I'm logical, and you understand, I discover in current manner, light diminishes the square root of distance. There is a picture now web made of Europa satellite like this, and it's blurred, and the same satellite, do you believe it films 1 billion years if the Europa satellite is like this and it's blurred by Webb Space Telescope? So you are children and you are tricked, and that's why I make this. So this is my my dear friend, let's say, I may make videos on him, maybe not be upset, but I don't want money, I want only these things to be found out. And you see the entire length of exposition to understand that I know even Kant and profound philosophy, René Descartes, and I know science in a real manner. And these equations are false equations. You cannot have two equations for mechanical movement. Mass equal times is the same thing, and the same mathematics they were arguing in the epoch. Nobody, you see the same years. Mechanical movement. Kinetic energy is force. Kinetic energy is force. And you must know the high school mathematics to understand that you cannot equivalent 1.5 Meister velocity square mass times acceleration. They are two different things, so the science is false. You do not understand. Electricity was invented, discovered, and a few things like engineering time manner, the science. So that's why. But that first part that I've told you is more dear to my heart. This is a real stuff. Maybe I will see this video and make another one on nothing, okay? Nothing. It's a profound question. So there could be nothing like a concept in the mind of God, and you have a bit like, and this is more wonderful than this entire mentality, okay? But in his entire mentality, he used one concept, the annihilation of itself. So in this manner, I thought of these things. In this manner, you can produce from nothing. God made from nothing. They are not equivalent proposition in logic. Nothing creates something, or God made from nothing something. They are not equivalent. If you know logic, exist x that x, but I'm not going to. I know this. I studied the theoretical philosophy, many logic, okay? So there could be a concept in his mind by annihilating itself, God himself annihilating himself like a negation of his mind, made this from a bit, and this like a single bit escapes how he did this, okay? You cannot think about. It is like a you do not have a law, or you do not have the power. If you have the power, you'll make this, okay? So, but you can understand only. So this is another thing between understanding and the will to do it and the power to do it. But you can understand somehow. You understand? So, but it is not like afraid. This rock is not afraid to be. God is not afraid to be. So the two different questions: is this rock existing? Even this you cannot prove like exactly if you do not have a subject object of, if you know philosophy, okay, like there is some apparently crazy philosophy from some guys that says that I only exist and know, but understand, but okay, but I will not, okay, this is everything. Let's let it for now like this. Maybe you will find my channel. They will find my channel. Okay, I put for you the second answer somewhere. I did not announce it, and I put all the 7 minutes length video.
Well, that's a physics and cosmology question, and I can assure you there are as many different views among those guys as there are among philosophers. So I'm not sure we make progress. But I mean, when you run the movie of the universe backwards, you do have motion. It's not like this is an illusion, and there is some kind of an answer, whether there's multiple universes before the Big Bang or whether the Big Bang was a round thing and it kind but there has to be something.
Why? I mean, it's not clear. It's just not clear to me that that is the case. I mean, we run the clock back. We are now saying there was no before, but we're supposing that we can still somehow make some progress back there somehow, even if in a non-temporal way, to discern the nothing.
You have to have a logical or a so-called ontological, a meaning cause. I mean, because you have a flow.
You have a flow, but we've already admitted that there was nothing before the Big Bang, temporally speaking. So does it require, in what sense does there have to be something back there? It's tempting to say, but look, there's something, and there could have been nothing. And when we're talking about stuff in a cup, you could say, yeah, there's something in the cup, there's some tea, and there might have been nothing, there might have been no tea in the cup. When we start thinking philosophically about the universe, we start to ask the question, why is there something rather than nothing with a capital N, as it were, absolute nothing? We have removed not just the things on the stage, but the spatio-temporal stage itself. And if the notion of nothing with a capital N makes no sense, then neither does the concept of something with a capital S. You can't ask, why is there something? Why is there anything at all? Because you're asking a question which actually helps itself to the very concept that makes no sense, absolute nothing. So it seems to me that the question may not make sense. I don't say it definitely doesn't, but I have considerable sympathy with the view, growing sympathy with the view that there's something wrong with that question, and what we need is not an answer, but a kind of therapy and
so it is a button on internet. You do not allow somebody to take your video, and you do not allow for commerce or something like this. But maybe he will understand. Like publicity for him has a nice channel, 600,000, like 600,000 subscribers, and okay, maybe somebody will find this. I intend to make like one video on this matter like a week. I promise to make like to see what happens 2 weeks, a daily video, but I do not have many visualization, so I go in my old style, let's say 2 per week or 1 or 3 days, and one of them will be maybe on this rather more philosophical subject like this. So hope somebody will watch this. We can go to the stars. The stars are cold, and maybe we can traverse the clouds and to reach what you say the universe. These trick words: universe, unique verse. There is not, okay? And the time, it is indeed relative. You cannot bring the space in a single origin and all the times in the single temporal origin. The time, it is not birth from nothing, like 0.010 all the time. You see, if you have only many carbon atoms, let's say that these are carbon atoms like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms, okay? If you understand, like they must appear from nothing, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because they have this dimension, spatial dimension. And a process, if you put carbon atoms with an oxygen, you make dioxide oxygen, and so there's a time of relation. When they connect instant, but there's a time of the molecular connection, and carbon burns in a temporal manner and things like this, okay? So that's why they supposize in a quark manner. You cannot have a line like this to appear like 1 carbon atom, 2 carbon atom, and you have this Lego piece and this Lego piece and this Lego piece. You cannot smash them in a single temporal position. Why? Because this is a temporal Lego piece. You must have them all at once, and they are tricking you only with the spatial, like you squash the space. But you destroy the concept, and you cannot destroy the matter. You cannot destroy, you do not know how. That atomic bomb was exactly to trick you. The uranium reached 1000 degrees and it blows out over you. They set you on fire. This is the uranium not becomes 2 other elements, okay? That's a trick. Okay, so maybe somebody will find out this, my fight we can go to the stars, we can reach the planets. This is Mein Kampf, how Hitler says, okay? But you guys are comporting like Hitler by annihilating everything, professing yourself to be like prophets, and you do not know science. All these are inventions, and you stop this planet to reach the moon. To maybe will be 1 million soon. We can go 1 million people on the moon, to have a big city on the moon. The moon is in 3 days. Maybe with this new rocket that Elon Musk tries to make, we'll go on the moon. Maybe we'll reach other planets, Mars. Okay, if you has much more discipline, you can go maybe on Mars planet. Okay, 7 months. Big, but we can do this in this time, and this they are interdict you theology, philosophy, God, science, everything with quarks, antimatter, neutrinos, and black holes. These are crazy science, Einstein and things like this. Even the classical mechanics, if you are a simple professor, you understand what I've told you in this, and I'm a logic, okay? Even a high school professor will understand the level of science that I've explained to you, okay? And this is the level, it's not more advanced than this. Okay, goodbye. This is a big video. I especially did it like this. I inserted all the 7 minutes, like I cut it from this closer to true. Maybe I will make another, maybe I will take on some other guys from internet. Goodbye. So nothing is a word. Through this word you can make many things, okay? It's a more complex investigation than it seems. Goodbye. God bless.